Okay, so there are some familiar faces, but for the ones that haven't been here before, so in this meeting, you can look at families, you can see who you might be interested in matching with, and you can take notes. Take notes, very important. You can take notes of things you like, things you maybe don't like, so you know what not to look for and what to look for. And also to ask us a lot of questions. We love questions. So as soon as we're done presenting the families, please have your questions ready and we'll be more than happy to answer them. All right, I'm gonna get right in it. So a quick introduction from us, from our team. So when you come here, you see a lot of people with the Apex backdrop on this video. Those are all team members. And once you get here, you will have an ACD that is responsible for you and that will be here to support you and assist you with all the things that you need, all the questions that you have. And then some of you might be coming to areas where the ACD lives a little further. So you will also have an LCL in your area that will have host those meetings for you guys, but you're still going to have an ACD that's responsible to support you and answer all your questions. So here are some of the faces that you see in the meeting. This is our team. This is Virginia. She's our team leader. And then we have Ellie here. Debbie is here in this meeting too. I saw Leanne. Jane is here, and I'm here as well. Right. Okay, I'm gonna get us started with the first family. So the first family is in Beverly Hills. That's actually in my corner. Beverly Hills, I'm sure you've all heard of it. I don't have to say much about the place, but you're very close to beaches, you're very close to hiking trails, you
And
have
Brad Pitt.
and Brad Pitt. You're close to the best restaurants, coffee shops, malls. It's pretty much the best place to be in LA. So that's where the first family is gonna be. Her name is Sonia, and her daughter's name is Leia. Sonia is a single mom. She is a PT. She got her doctorate in PT, actually. So you can even learn a lot from her too. She has her own practice right by her home. Leah is a very sweet girl. She has the diagnosis autism, but she is a very easygoing kid. She is nonverbal. I would say, well, she has a few words, but technically she's nonverbal. She's using an AAC device to speak. So you will get some experience with that as well. Their home is multilingual, so if you're interested in learning Spanish, I'm sure you'll be able to pick up a few things in their home as well, because some of their workers are Spanish and the mom speaks Spanish as well. Um, and then other opportunities that you will have is you will get insights in ABA therapy. You'll be in this home, you'll be definitely be a team player. You will get insights in OT, speech therapy, adaptive and play therapy, and vision therapy. So they have a lot of different therapies in place. The host mom offers a lot of free workshops. If you're interested in growing professionally, this is your place. And then they need someone that's a driver for a female care professional. And if you're a speech therapist, bonus points, but also considering other therapists. And then I will pass it on to Ellie.
Can everyone please mute themselves?
I
Can you?
just did her.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so the next family is located in Brooklyn, like super prime location. I'm telling you, we don't have many families in Manhattan and Brooklyn, but this is one of my absolute gem host families. And the good thing about Brooklyn is you are just a subway ride away to Manhattan. Brooklyn has tons of parks, tons of things to do. Like all the young people really hang out in Brooklyn. Amazing coffee shops, very short distances, walking distances to concert halls if you love concerts. This host family actually is neighbors with another host family where another great care professional lives. Then what the Traficante family, that's the beautiful family. They have two boys with ADHD. And what they offer is they live in a townhouse, and the CP has their own apartment right below the townhouse. I mean, that's very rare. So you have your own entrance, you have a full-on, like your own kitchen, own bathroom, like own living space. It's really amazing. It's a very sweet family. The boys are super sweet. They travel, they have summer houses where they have a summer house in the Hamptons, which is like, a beach town here in New York, where they take their care professional, and very lovely, very invested, loves the cultural exchange with the German CP. And what else could I say? A lot of people don't know that about New York, but we have really everything nature-wise. We have the beaches very close by, we have the mountains in upstate very close by, and we have city life. So you really have all three. And that care professional does not have to drive a lot. So yeah, I don't know. So I could talk about this family for an hour because they're really truly amazing, and the boys are super sweet. They're looking for either female or male, so they're open for male care professionals. I don't know if you have any males here on this call,
Yeah.
but
do.
okay, great. So they're open for male, and they need somebody super active and independent. So if you're very sporty, because they're two boys, right? They're very active and they're ADHD. So for this family, I need somebody who can keep up with the boys.
Awesome. Thank you, Ellie.
Yeah.
And then I'll pass it on to Leanne.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Really excited to welcome you guys to Apex and assist you on your journey. I am Leanne. I am from Massachusetts. I am the ACD for Massachusetts and Rhode Island. And these pictures you see are a group of our amazing care professionals here in Boston. We have a really great group right now. We have about 12 or 13, and then we have a couple in Rhode Island who join us occasionally as well for our meetup. So we do lots of really fun things. I live 30 minutes north of Boston, and this family that I will be sharing with you about lives in the town next door to me, just about 10 minutes from me and 20 minutes from Boston. So this family is an amazing family. They have a daughter named Hannah who has cerebral palsy, and she is amazing. She's hilarious. She's funny. Sorry, I jumped ahead a little bit. She's 14, and she has a great sense of humor, and they're a very loving family. Hannah actually attends the Perkins School for the Blind, which is a world-renowned school. You may have heard about it. She has some eyesight impairment. She's not fully blind, but she has some eyesight impairment. But she is well supported. She has an incredible group of professionals who work with her at her school, but also in the home. She has a behavioral therapist who comes and works with her, as well as she attends occupational therapy at a local therapy center. She loves to dance. She goes to dance classes weekly. Her family makes sure that she's very involved in the community, and you'll get to assist her in all of those things. The family is a very active family. They love to ski in the winter. They go to Vermont in the wintertime and go skiing. They always bring their care professional with them. So if that's something you enjoy, you'll get an opportunity to do that. They love to travel. This summer alone, they went to New Hampshire, they went to Florida, they went to Vermont and New York. So they love to travel around with their care professional, and they're an amazing family. They love to include their care professional in their family life. They are a Jewish family, which is the care professionals have always loved having the opportunity to learn about their family's religion and all the traditions that they have along with that. And yeah, so they're an amazing family, and I hope that one of you gets to work with them.
Thank you, Leanne.
Sure.
There's New Jersey.
Hi, so I'm Debbie. I'm the ACD for New Jersey, And we have a great group of care professionals. We have like 16, maybe 18 at this point, care professionals. We have two families that each have two care professionals. And as you could see from one of those photos, you know, our meetups are very well attended. That was a mini golf meetup. We do mini golf, we do indoor rock climbing, we do bowling, and we do a lot of fun things. And, you know, I'm very happy when you guys plan it and figure out what you guys want to do. Otherwise, like I try and figure stuff out what you want to do. And we have a lot of fun at our meetups. And New Jersey has also, like Ellie said about New York, we have a big city right near us, which is New York City. And we also have mountains for hiking, and we have beaches very close by as well. The two families that I'll present each are about an hour away from New York City. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to go to New York City. This family is Dana's family. So there's a 4-year-old. He has many delays. He has cerebral palsy, a feeding tube, hearing loss, um, developmental delays, and his 10-year-old brother has mild ADHD, which was just recently diagnosed. You would be helping a lot. The Isaiah has a lot of therapists that come to the house. The 10-year-old brother, you'll help him a lot with homework. They're just figuring out what his therapies are going to be because the ADHD was recently diagnosed. And they're very sweet. This family, they're very, very sweet. You'll be sharing a car with the family, and you'll be learning from a nurse that comes to the house for Isaiah. And you're very much needed, and you're needed right now. Whoever can come as soon as possible, they don't have somebody right now. So they really need someone as soon as possible. And we have this other family. They're also about an hour away from New York City. They're also a very sweet family. Um, these parents recently got divorced, but the dad lives very close by, like 5 minutes away. He comes over every morning to help get the kids ready for school. The family is very invested in having a very happy childhood for their sons. So they are just, there's no like fighting or anything because they got divorced. Everyone's very like happy with the kids and everything. The 5-year-old Jacob, he has autism, and the 2-year-old Daniel is neurotypical. And you'll also share a car with this family. This family is very warm. The host mom, this is the first time they've had a care professional from us. She's finishing her year with them, and she wished she had done both years with them. Her first year was somewhere else in the country because she is so close with them. She said when the children wake up, they call for her. They call her name, not the parent's name. And it warms her heart so much that they do that. And, she's become very close to the mom because the dad's not even living there. So, she's very happy to have that relationship with the mom. The mom is super supportive and is always checking in and saying, "Are you feeling okay? Is everything okay here? Are you happy?" So they're a really, really nice, very inclusive family, and you'll travel with them. And yeah, you'll be able to join the weekly sessions with the therapist. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you. All right, let's go with Jane.
Oh, and they're looking for
They're-
someone for
they're
October,
today.
November, by the way. They're looking for someone in October, November of this year.
All right, that's my introduction to California, a little Tupac, California love. West Coast, best coast. We know in the world there's 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, fall. In California, in the Bay Area, we have 2. We just have summer and spring. A little bit of cold, but not really. So Palo Alto is located in the Bay Area. In the Bay Area, we have about 24 care professionals around the Bay. So lots of playmates to have some fun. This is one of our meetups here. Actually, that's at a German restaurant outside that we're eating at. This weekend, we're going to Land's End. Google it. It's a big concert that's in San Francisco in the city. We do a lot of fun events from museums, just meetups, pizza in the park, music, sports, for the big universities around us. So you really get that American vibe of our social events. The family, let's flip over to the family, the Bachmans. The mom is from Australia. The dad is German and Italian. So they speak a bunch of languages in the house. Also, they speak Chinese. Both the children speak Chinese as well as German. So Heidi has some physical disabilities, and that's what we're focusing on. Heidi gets the top-notch therapy that you will ever have. They go to the Napa Center, which is a facility for focusing on different needs of children to develop. They go to the Napa Center in LA for intensive therapy, and they also go to the Napa Center in Sydney, Australia. So you will travel with them. This family is a travel family. They go to Italy once or twice a year. So you will go back to Italy. And they also go to Tahoe for snow skiing. So you get a little bit of snow love here in the Bay Area. Like I mentioned, tons of therapy. They do therapy, like I said, at the Napa Center. They also go to the Stanford Hospital for more information, for more training and whatnot. They do therapy like horse therapy, swimming therapy, and state-of-the-art therapy that is just getting developed at Stanford, like vibration therapy. So there's lots of different therapies they are doing. The care professional, when you leave, I had one care professional say to me, she felt like a doctor after she left. Again, the Bay Area has lots of things going on. This is a lovely family. They've been with us for 5 years. They had the care professional of the year, and they were also family of the year. So this is Sarah's family here in the Bay Area, Palo Alto, West Coast, Best Coast, come to the Bay. If you have any other questions you want to ask me, please do. I'm happy to promote my family because they are a great family. And good luck to you in all of your interviews.
Awesome. Thank you, Jane. And then lastly, we have a family from Maryland. So Maryland is very close to Washington, D.C. I'm sure you've all heard of it. It has a lot of nature, a lot of nice parks, but also a lot going on. You get the city and you get the nature at the same time. There is one picture of a meetup that they had there. They have a very, very big group over there of care professionals. I think the biggest one is in DC. So the family is, wait 1 second. So sorry. So this is Jan's family. Jan is the mom's name, but on the picture you see Lily. Lily is the host child. She's a teenager. She's a little older, and she needs your support because she has a muscular condition. So if you are a PT or OT, it will be a big bonus, but they're open to other professions as well. They work a lot with mobility aids. They work with an AAC device, which is for her speech. And they work with some of the best PTs in the area, and they have an amazing medical team. They also go to 2 hospitals where you can learn a lot. And then they offer a lot of volunteering. You can volunteer at the PT practices and you can learn a lot in different places. The host mom is all for that. So if you're interested in that, take your notes and then you can pass that on to your matching specialist. All right. So that is the end of our presentation for the families. Now I'm going to stop sharing so I see all of your faces. Does anyone have any questions? Did anything come up? If you have to ask in German, that's fine too. Did anything come up for you guys?
I actually just wanted to say that my family in Brooklyn, with the 2 boys, they're looking for somebody already in October. So I don't know if any one of you is already interested in going. Laura? Okay, cool. Are
Yeah,
you
I already have the family on my favorite list, and
okay?
that's nice that you talk about them, and I'm very interested for this family.
Okay, great. Did you already talk to them?
No,
Okay.
but yeah,
Yeah.
maybe I can.
And for my family, they're looking now, but they want the best care professional that matches with their family, that has the same vibe with them. They prefer PTs, but they understand this is a great learning experience for anybody. So somebody who wants to really lean into the therapy and take on more professional skills, just not going to the park and playing Legos. They want somebody who leans into it. So the 2026ers that, this is probably not your family, but you never know. But again, they're looking for that ideal person.
Yeah, the family in Beverly Hills, they are looking for January, February. That is around the time frame they're looking for. If you're
When you look at these families, what questions come up that you would ask the family? What questions can you share that you would ask the family to learn more about their lifestyle or their values? What are questions you would ask? Come on. Let me tell you, if you're doing an interview like this and you're quiet and I'm the host mom, I'm going to go, no way. You got to interact. You got to show us what you're all about. You're showing your personality, what you're leaning into. So we need to hear from you.
For example, for me, it's important to learn more about the daily routine and what are the good things and bad things and what are they want from the care professional. I think that's really important, and which profession they want to have.
Excellent. Those are great questions.
Yeah, I think Jane said something super important. Like, I know that you're all OTs and PTs or, nurses or educators, but what Jane just said is so important. Yes, families need PTs and OTs, but at the same time, the personality needs to match, right? Because at the end of the day, you're living in the family.
Yeah.
Like certain things can be learned when you're proactive and have that yes, I can attitude. But I think you should really, when you're interviewing, see, does my personality actually match with this family? Because otherwise, even if the work is fine, you're going to be very unhappy. If you're very active and you're looking for an active family, then the questions in an interview should be around that as well. And then if you're more quiet and you like to read books and you like to go hiking but you're not a very super active personality, then look more for that family, right? Because that's like what makes you happy. If you find it's a cultural exchange, right? So you need to make sure that you find the right family where you do the right things. If you're more quiet and you like to have your dinners alone, see if the family has the same vibe as you. Or are you more like, I want to always eat with the family together. I want to be really part of it. I want to, you know, you more like, I want to be part of this, and I'm not really an alone person. So then you also need to find a family that fits your personality. So I think that what Jane just said is super, super important. Please ask those questions during your interviews, not just based on your profession, if you can do the work, but also is the personality match actually.
It's
Yeah.
very true.
Yeah.
I have a host mom who says that even though her child needs a lot of speech therapy, she is not looking for a speech therapist because she said the speech therapist she has now can train the care professional to do the speech therapy. She said what she's looking for is a personality that goes with her family. She said she could train any of you professionals to do what's needed for her children, but she has learned that she needs the personality to fit with her family.
Yeah, and I'm going to tag on that. I have one host family, a dad who's a detective, like big guy, and he's kind of more of an extrovert. So at dinner time, he wants to have a conversation. Had great care professionals, and then he got a new care professional, and he's like, "We didn't interview for personality." I'm like, "Dude," and he's like, "We sit there at dinner, and like I'm asking questions, like, how was your day?" And she just goes, "Good." And he's like, I want to hear about the day. And then he goes, then I get all nervous. And then I start to talk about Paris Hilton and weird things because I don't know what to talk about because she's not talking. And it's like this weird vibe. And then he said it took him a long time to come around to match the style, but it took them like 2 months, and that's tough. You really need to think about, am I, maybe ask, are you more extrovert family or more introvert family? So if I'm an introvert, how would I mix with your, how would I mingle with your extrovert family or vice versa? Ask those questions about personality and living together because that is critical. It is critical.
I also like how Lara said that she would ask about the schedule. That's also really important, right? Because sometimes we just interview for the job itself, but we don't ask these questions. But that's very important. You want to know what time you're going to work. You want to know if you have a split shift or if you work only in the evenings or if you work only the mornings or if you work weekends or not, right? And think about if you actually want to do that because when you get here, everyone's going to have a different schedule. Your friends are going to have a different schedule from the schedule that you're going to have. So think about what you like for yourself, and that's also what you're going to have to ask in the interview. It's very important.
Okay, guys, you just heard everything we just said. Who has a question from all that info that we just gave you? What is a question you would ask now? Jump in. Your smiles are beautiful, but we need to hear from you.
Or what are some questions that you already asked in the interviews that were important to you? Maybe you want to share with others what was important for you to ask.
For me, it was important what their OT, because I'm going to be an OT, and what their OT is to work. What is she working with the kid? So I have a plan. What is the process? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a great question because some host families want you to do your profession. And if they see you more as a babysitter and not taking the initiative or leading in, that bums them out. And also too, I've had care professionals where they feel more like a babysitter and they're not doing the therapy as much. So ask questions about what will my professional growth look like? What do you perceive me partaking in so I grow professionally? Because that is important to me. That is a statement and questions asked. So that was a great question. All right, who's next? Give us another one.
I asked my host family about the goal they have for the children they have and how I could achieve them or how we could achieve these goals they have.
Amazing. That's a very great question. Yeah. You
And then
wouldn't know how you can blend in the team, right?
yeah, and before you leave, when you match, we send you a GPS 3 weeks before you depart that has the expectations that have goals in it. And then a month after you arrive, with Nina right here, who's on the screen. Nina works designing our AICPs, our care plans. So you come up with, okay, I've been here a month. I understand the goals. This is how I plan to do it. How can Apex help me? What can I do to make these goals happen? So Leon, you're right on the right track. That's beautiful.
Yeah, very good.
And I wanted to also add that once you ask the questions that are related to your profession or what their goals are, I always come back to the personality thing, but also ask, just like Nina said, like, what's your schedule? Are you mainly working on the weekends? Are you mainly working during the week? Because I have some care professionals who say, I just want to work Monday through Friday, but I want to have my weekends off. And some care professionals say, oh, I'm fine, because some families have nannies during the week and they need mostly help on the weekends. Obviously, you always have one weekend off per month. That's mandatory. But some of my care professionals work the 3 weekends in a month and have only one weekend off. Then also, what's also important, and I think a lot of care professionals don't think about it in interviews, is what are the house rules, right? Some families are stricter than others. Like, am I allowed to have guests over? Am I allowed to have friends over? Am I allowed to have overnight guests over? I have families that they have a separate space for the care professionals. They're more, easy about it. And then I have families who say absolutely not. We cannot have overnight guests. That's not just, it's difficult with my children. Maybe the children have autism. They can't have strangers in the house. So, and then some people say, once we know that person, your friend, she's allowed to come over. But at the beginning, we want to meet her, get to know her. A lot of host families in the US have cameras in the house. So you have to be aware that, not in your living space, but in the common spaces, in the living area, in the kids' room, a lot of families do have cameras in the room. So that's something to ask, how is it with friends? Can my family come visit and stay with us if they come? If I have a boyfriend, is that okay if he comes and stays with me for a week? So not obviously questions to ask in the first interview, but when you're close to matching, I would definitely, tap on those questions as well.
Yeah,
And then
I like to add on to that. I was at an orientation and doing the orientation, which we all do with you. And then I asked at the end, any questions? And she's like, oh yeah, I just want to share something. My boyfriend's coming in 2 weeks. And I went, what? And I'm thinking, wow, that in my head, that's too soon. But Then I'm thinking, okay, maybe they talked about it before, but then I looked over at the host mom and her face was like, what? You know, not discussed. That's not cool. And then I said, oh, is he staying in an Airbnb? Where's he staying? She goes, oh, he's going to stay in my room. And the host mom's face went, and she said, absolutely not. I have 3 daughters and her husband passed away. He was in a car accident. She goes, we do not have males tromping around our house. That's a bad example. And needless to say, the next day we went into a match break. So
Ugh.
again, things like that happen, but you got to think you're moving into their house, their family. It's an adaptation to their world. So you need to think about those things because that's one of the hardest things is adapting to the new environment, the new home. So you really need to ask about those home environments, their values, the do's and the don'ts. But you know, we're happy to work on questions for you to, you know, say it politely. But you know, I had one time another host family where it was a male care professional and the family's eating breakfast and the girlfriend came out literally like the mom's like, her outfit was very transparent and her boys were sitting there like, wow, you know, like you got to think about it. You have kids in the house. I mean, raise your hand for any of the care professionals that have children out there. Oh, none of you. So you don't know how it is to be a parent. So you got to think about what is the parent thinking as a parent. That is critical. Debbie,
Yeah.
you're going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say that, that situation is kind of crazy that the care professional didn't discuss that with the host mom. But I do want to say that many of my host families do allow a boyfriend to come and stay over and stay in the room with the care professional, but it is discussed way in advance and it's not asked about that like
Not assumed.
it's not assumed and they don't ask that like on their interview or
Yeah.
in week 1. Once everyone gets to know each other, then you see if it seems like some say no, but many do say yes. Everything depends on the relationship and the timing. And I'll give you one clue, one really good piece of advice that I have 3 grown children and one of them is really great at interviewing and now he owns his own business. And one thing he always when he advises people about interviewing is in your last question to ask the family or on any interview is, if I were lucky enough to get this job offer, what can I do right now to start preparing for the job? So
I like
that's
that.
like a really great question to ask on any interview, like in your life. So I'll share that little secret.
Yeah,
And
very.
that is great. And also too, I would add on, like before you make your final decision, say, can I review your family guidelines, your family guide, your guidebook, your handbook? So you can read about it. The family guidebook and handbook is basically the rules of the house, how they live. Some have very long ones and some have short ones, like just clean up after yourself and be cool. But again, some have very detailed do's and don'ts because this is
Yeah.
the way they live, and they have like only eating in the kitchen, do not eat in your room. Like there's very specific rules. So you want to read that to say, do I see myself living in this household? So ask from the family handbook guidelines before you make a decision. Okay, we
Yeah.
have more
Also,
questions. I'm tired of hearing us talk. We need to hear you guys talk.
go through your handbook as well, right? You want to go through the Apex handbook. If there is anything where you're like, oh, I want to know how the family does this and that, you're gonna ask them that too. One more quick piece of advice before you talk, as I want to say that it's very important that you have a profile video. I have some families and they
Yes.
won't even interview you if you don't have a video
So
online.
true.
Because my host mom says, if they don't have a video, why didn't they put that effort in? Is it not important enough for them? And also that's how they kind of get your vibe and your personality, and they can decide also if your personality is a good fit. They can tell that as well. So it's a benefit to you.
And
Yeah,
I just
it
want
saves you time too, because if they're
Yeah,
not interested in you, they're not gonna, you're not wasting your time and
exactly.
And I just wanted to say also, me and Nina and Jane and Ellie and Leanne, who was here, and our other ACDs, we're all here for you. We care a lot about you, about our family, our host families, and you're not going to be alone when you get here. You have us. and you really do. And we're really here for you.
All right, let's hear from the care professionals now. I'm tired of hearing our voices. It's too, I hear these ladies every day. Every day we talk. So we got to hear from you. So Nina, give them one of our questions that we have prepared.
All
And
right.
everybody's got to at least answer 2 questions. Don't sit there because again, we want to hear from you. We're your go team. Like we're here to coach you. This is our purpose today.
All right, let's start with the first one. What draws you to work with children with special needs? What keeps you motivated? What draws you to that?
Remember, you got to answer at least 2 of these questions, people.
Lily.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I think what's like gives me the most is the small things with the kids. You know I've had a babysitter jobs for 2.5 years, and I just ended it, and it wasn't always easy. I guess everyone knows, but it's little things when they say, Lily, come with me, come watch TV with us, just because they want to show me what is on TV, and then they spoil me, and then it's pointless to watch the series. But it's that warms my heart.
Yeah. And then you know what? And putting that effort in is what when you invest in the children, they're going to invest love back into you.
Yeah,
Care
yeah.
professional shared with me, she was picking up one of her special need kids at school, and one of the kids goes, "Is that your mom?" And she turned around, she goes, "No, it's my best friend." And she goes, "My heart just grew this big." But again, that's just not automatic. It's from what you put in. Okay, next one. Next answer.
What keeps you guys motivated? Why do you like working with special needs children instead of neurotypical children? Lavinia?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like to work with the kids when they see the little things, and then, oh, looks like the good weather, or you can learn it to see the little things. And that's really important. Why we know the big things, and the kids see the small one, and that's really cool.
Yeah. We can learn from them. We see the word differently, right?
So true.
Very nice. Okay, let's do one more. What motivates you guys? Laura.
I like to listen to them what they need, and when I ask them or talking to them and what are they like to do, or what are their I don't know the word Ziele.
Oh, their goals?
What are their goals and what they want to do, and I like to do it with them, and it's not good when I say, okay, you have to do this or that, and this is my goal, but it's important to look what they like to do and what their goals are.
Yeah, very nice. Good job. Okay, let's do the next question. What are particular values or habits that you hope that your host family practices? What do you hope to experience with them? Or which way do you wish they would live? So which family would you prefer? Which characteristics? Go for it.
I would love to have a family who shows me the culture in the US. So yeah,
Yeah.
everything behind what it is. So like eating and I don't know, religion and all the other matters which are important for them. And I also would love to bring the Austrian spirit a bit with me.
Nice.
And you know what? Just to let you know, every German and Austrian hates American bread. They said it's too sweet. So just FYI.
Yeah, you're not
but it's
gonna
not
like the
good.
bread.
But you know what? Anna, I love that. I lived in 7 different countries. I speak French as my second language. And that was my favorite thing, is all that learning something new and not judging, like that's weird or anything, just like, well, why do you do that? This and that, just, like I said earlier, like Halloween is very the bomb here in the United States. It's all out, So you gain so much more perspective on different things. So that's great. If you're looking for a family, that's important. I have one family that lives in Half Moon Bay, and the host family is basically you work and you go. And that's fine. If that's their vibe, that's fine. But usually a second year care professional will be better with that family because they already been, to America, seen it all, and they kind of have more independent. So there are some families who really want you involved and part of the culture, and some that are just like, do your work and be independent and fly, girl, So that if you're looking for that, and that's important, make sure you pull those use questions that pull those answers out.
Yeah, Leon.
I'm looking for a family who is playful, joyful, who laugh a lot together, and active. I like to do all sorts of sports. And I would like to know when I have my active times and when I have my down times, or sometime in between. But the downtime times I would like to know.
Yeah,
And
it's true, because it's a balance of life. You're not 24/7, you're not Mary Poppins, you're not a robot. You need your time to reboot, or go to the gym, or go to the movies, or sleep. That's important. It's important to have that balance of life. And again, we follow the J1 visa rules. If that's not happening, you call us in. We're the Apex police.
Yeah.
And sometimes too, it's just a misunderstanding or whatever. Again, we're here to work with you to make sure that you're not overworked. Absolutely no way. And, I'm going to go back to Anna's question about cultural experience. Like, I know America gets a lot of bad rap now where the politics going on, that is all hype. That is all the media. That's what media is there. They want you to go, oh my God, because they want you to look in more to it. Believe me, I'm American. Actually, I'm Californian, but I live in America. But like I don't have lunch with Trump. I don't do that. I mean, it does not affect my life. And you can ask any care professional who's in program now, like, how do the politics of the United States affect you? They're going to say absolutely zero, because it doesn't. It doesn't. You
I
just
want
go
to give you
on.
guys.
And that's part of the cultural awareness. You're going to see, like, living in the States, you're coming at a crazy cool time to see what's happening in the United States. But again, it doesn't affect you. It doesn't
Yeah.
affect you.
And the news are so much worse than it is in reality.
Yeah, it is.
I give you guys a real life example of what happened in the morning with Debbie. Debbie gave me a phone call today in the morning, and she was like, "Are you guys okay? There are such bad fires in California." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And she was like, "Yeah, it's dust and clouds everywhere. I saw it on the news." And I'm looking outside. I'm like, "Debbie, it looks like a nice morning to me. It's sunshine and So on the news, we see so many bad things, but in reality, it's so much different. Like there's no fire out there right
I
now.
don't have fire here too. So California is a big place. Kim Kim has her hand up.
Yes, so I'm looking for an active family, so I have a lot of hobbies and like sport, and watching sport events or ice hockey, for example. So yeah, I think sport is a important point for me.
And again, if that's important to you, make sure that they have something that for you. Like, what is around the area? Like, I have one care professional that's here now, and she loves volleyball. And so I'm like, okay, there's not, like, you can find gyms and like a soccer team or a running team or something, but volleyball team, I never had that. And I worked hard to find somebody, and now she's on like a community volleyball team, and she just went to Oregon with them to play volleyball. Who knew? But again, there is a way to do it. But again, if those things are critically important, make sure you have that, because if you come here and you're missing it, you're not going to feel whole.
Yeah, and if you can't find that close to you, think about what else could I do? What is there that I could find? If you're gonna match and you already know where you're gonna live, find things for you to do. Um, a lot of my girls here and guys, they're going surfing. So they were looking for places they can go surf and they can learn and they can buy a surfboard. And a lot of them love horse riding. So we were looking for horse stables for them. So just make sure you find something that's close to you that you like to do. All right, let's do one more. Lily, did you raise your hand?
Yeah, I did. Okay. I turned on the mic. Yeah, I'm really looking for like a welcoming family. I think it was Jane who said there's like the dad who wants to have like an active communication, like a conversation at dinner, and I thought like, yes, this is what I want. Exactly this. Like I want to be part of the family. I want to hang out with the mom. I want to talk to the dad at dinner. I want to be best friends with the kids or something like this. I just want to be part of the family. I would love if they invite me to do whatever they do in their day-to-day lives, and also if they'll invite me to see their friends, and like if I was the big sister.
Yeah.
I love that.
And there's some families who want that, and there's some that it's like, we just want you to work and go. And there is, I mean, and it's not in a bad way. It's not in a bad way. That
it's
sounds
fun.
kind of harsh what I'm saying, but it's just like they care about you. You can have dinner with them, but they don't want you like around all the time. They want you to like
Yeah.
be more independent. But again, it's important to ask that. Like I have one host family that only interviews American care professionals because their child's over the age of 18, and they fly their interviewees out to California. And the biggest thing the mom says, we sit down to dinner and we watch how they interact, because they want conversations at dinner. And if it's like they don't have the same vibe of communicating because conversation and dinner is really important to them, it's a deal breaker. It really is. So just like you're saying it, they have deal breakers too.
Lily,
Yeah.
when is the date you're coming, Lily?
I'm available the earliest at like the end of September, but I think in my profile it says October.
What is your
Oh,
profession?
of 2025, this year?
Yeah, this year, definitely straight ahead. My profession is I'm an occupational therapist, OT.
Nice.
Because
It
I
looks
want
like you're in a really fun place. I love behind you. I love your drawings.
Yeah, actually, I'm in Canada right now. I'm on vacation, so I'm
Oh,
little
I
Oh,
love
cool.
Canada.
I want to
putting
tell
a schedule
you
together.
the
Wow.
family I showed you, Beth Cohen, that family with the two boys, they're divorced, but that mom loves to talk. And her current care professional also loves to talk. They both call themselves over communicators. And that's what she wants with her next one. They like to explain everything a lot. And you're really, really part of that family. So they want someone towards the end of October. But I'm just saying, like, if that's something very important to you, you better really say that, because some families are really not like that. So that would be sad for you, who's such a, vibrant, big talking, want to communicate and everything, to be with a family that's not like that. So just so you know, if you're looking and Beth Cohen is one of the families, they
She's sweet.
like to talk a lot.
She's very sweet. I had the pleasure of meeting her too. She's amazing.
So what was the name of the family or of the mom? What is it called?
I will
Beth,
put it in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. And maybe like as a hint for the others, I had a really nice interview a few weeks ago. They matched with someone else, but I think they were really realistic. They said you're all invited to do everything you'd like to do with us, but we've experienced our care professionals to hang out more with the family in the first few weeks or months, and then later when they find friends, they are more independent and more without the family. And I think
that's very usual.
How it goes.
Awesome. Yeah, that's usually how it is, right? In the beginning, we want to spend more time with them, and later we want to venture out and do our own thing.
Yeah.
Sure. Ariana.
I'm really looking forward to like teamwork and like collaborating. I love a good tag team outing or something. Like it's always really fun to me. And also like I'm really open to like hearing everything that works for you guys. Like, I want to know everything that works for you, but also I would love if you're open to hearing things that might have worked for me or like wanting to try things that might have worked for me. I
Are
really
you
like the
American?
teamwork. Yes.
Okay, I was gonna say, I'm like, boy, your English is hella good. No, I sometimes care professionals that are from Germany, and I always ask, like, their English is immaculate. And I'm like, is one of your parents American? And they're like, no. And I'm like, wow, that's so, okay. Congratulations on speaking English very well, Ariana.
Very good. Very nice. I like that question. Amazing. All right. Um, as we're coming towards the end of it, do you guys have any more questions? Anything about a family or about the matching process or about really anything coming up? Well, I hope we can answer it. What is it, Lily?
Yes, I was wondering a little. I had like 3 interviews already, but I didn't get any interview request in the last 5 to 6 weeks. And I was a little concerned if there was something about me or if I could do something, or because I'm really hoping to start my adventure in October.
Did you talk
And
to
I'm
the
not.
matching team? Have you reached out to
Yes,
the
I
matching
did.
team?
Yeah. But they said, yeah, don't worry. Like the families usually look for like right now and not so much in the future.
It's a little
Also,
mixed bag. It's
it's
a mixed
also
bag.
summertime. People are
Yeah.
traveling and away, and children are home from school, and families are just so busy. Maybe some of them want to look, but they just like keep putting it off, you
Yeah.
know.
School is starting here in California. It's starting next week.
Oh,
So
wow.
I know that slowly they're starting up again, and once they have the routine back, that's when they start their process again. So maybe that's why it was slow because of the summer break.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
July's crazy day for me, like in the Bay Area, like everybody's gone doing something with their host family or doing it independently. So, it's a funky time. So we'll get out of the funky time and back to normal.
yeah.
Okay.
Leon, which question did you have?
When you're matched, how long does it take to get the visa and all the paperwork done, and so you can start the journey?
Usually pretty quickly. So once you're matched, you get an email with all the information to apply for your visa. You're gonna do the whole process of filling it out. I'll pray for all of you guys because that's the most annoying thing for me to fill out the visa application. I'm still struggling with this. But then you will get an appointment and then you'll go to your appointment, and from there it's about 1 to 2 weeks to get your visa.
And the big thing now with the State Department, with the embassies, when you're getting your visa, they want all social media open, public.
Yes.
So
Have
if
your
you don't
social
have it
media.
public, that's going to take you longer, or you might, I don't think you get declined, but I'm
No,
sorry.
it's gonna take longer, and you want to watch what you have on your open social media, right? If you're very politically active, like just watch what you have on
Just
there.
post pictures of dogs and cats and stuff.
Yeah, and then if you want it to get faster, you want to pick it up in person. It goes a little quicker, like by a week or so. But that's pretty much the process. It's gonna go pretty quickly from there on. You just have to follow the steps. Anna, which question did you have?
How long should the video be?
The video?
Mm-hmm.
I think you can be creative. Maybe 5 minutes. Jane, what would you say?
I would say 3.
Yeah.
3?
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
is a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm even 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Again, don't short, because then and if anybody wants help with that, I'm Jane.Smith at Apex. I'm happy to give you some clues and stuff of how to do it.
Oh yeah, reach out to her. She'll
Yeah.
help you. She'll give you good tips. All right. Any more questions before we wrap it up?
Can you write the email down where we can ask the questions to the video?
Only if you Venmo me $20 American. Am I spelling it right? Did I spell that right?
You didn't send it. Yeah, it's right.
Okay, all right.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming and for participating. And hopefully we'll see you here soon with some of our families.
Danke.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.
Tschüss.